quiet Canadian suburb shattered by a home invasion, a desperate homeowner fights back, and suddenly, he's the one facing charges. But what if a bold new law promised to shield him, only to unravel into a dangerous illusion? Hit that subscribe button now for unfiltered political truths. Aussie Political Updates delivers the edge you need. In the heart of Canada's escalating crime debates, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre stepped into the spotlight with a fiery proposal to amend the criminal code, vowing to empower everyday Canadians in self-defense. Drawing from a chilling real-life incident in Lindsay, Ontario, where a 44-year-old man was charged after confronting an intruder who broke into his home, Poilievre unveiled his stand on guard principle. This amendment would presume any force used against an illegal entrant posing a threat as reasonable, flipping the script on what he called a broken justice system that sides with criminals over victims. As the story unfolded, supporters rallied, envisioning a safer nation where homeowners could act without fear of prosecution. Poilievre painted vivid pictures of families terrorized by rising break-ins, arguing that current laws force defenders to second-guess their instincts in life-or-death moments. But as the proposal gained traction, a wave of expert voices emerged, casting doubt on its effectiveness. Legal scholars dissected Section 34 of the Criminal Code, revealing how it already tilts heavily in favor of those protecting their homes, requiring prosecutors to prove beyond doubt that force was excessive. Then came the surprise twist. Far from helping, this change could ignite chaos, experts warned, likening it to Florida's infamous Stand Your Ground law that spiked homicides by allowing deadly mistakes. In a gripping turn, they highlighted the Gerald Stanley case, where a farmer's acquittal in the shooting of a young Cree man exposed how such presumptions might endanger marginalized communities, turning self-defense into a veil for unchecked violence. Poilievre's team pushed back, insisting the amendment clarifies ambiguities and restores common sense, but the narrative deepened with questions about political motives. Was this a genuine fix or a clever ploy to rally voters amid soaring crime rates? As debates raged in Parliament and online, one thing became clear. What seemed like a heroic safeguard might instead open Pandora's box, leaving Canadians wondering if arming themselves with legal presumptions truly equates to safety. Midway through this unfolding drama, remember, Aussie Political Updates is your source for these global insights that hit close to home. Shifting gears to the expert backlash, the plot thickened as criminal law professors like Noah Weisbord from McGill University peeled back the layers, asserting that Poilievre's idea adds no real value since the burden already lies on the Crown to disprove reasonable force. In a moment that stunned many, Weisbord pointed out hidden evidence in cases like Lindsay's, where charges stem not from defending one's home but from potentially disproportionate actions unknown to the public. Defense lawyer Kim Schofield amplified the alarm, calling the presumption a slippery slope that could lead to tragic errors. Imagine mistaking a lost neighbor for a threat and facing no repercussions. The storytelling arc bent toward cautionary tales, drawing parallels to US states where similar laws fueled vigilante mindsets, resulting in unnecessary deaths and widened racial divides. Poilievre, undeterred, countered with promises of precise wording to avoid abuse, but the surprise escalated when analysts revealed data showing no spike in wrongful prosecutions under existing Canadian rules, suggesting the proposal solves a problem that barely exists. As international observers, including Aussie commentators, drew connections to our own self-defense debates down under, the implications loomed large. Could this embolden reckless behavior, turning quiet neighborhoods into battlegrounds? Experts urged a rethink, emphasizing how current guidelines for judges, considering threats, weapons, and circumstances, strike a delicate balance without needing overhaul. Yet, in a riveting development, Poilievre's camp leaked drafts of the bill, hinting at exemptions for excessive force, but critics fired back, arguing it muddies waters further. The saga exposed deeper fissures in Canada's justice system, from urban crime surges to rural vulnerabilities, leaving voters on the edge. Will this amendment fortify homes or fracture society? As the federal election horizon nears, Poilievre's gamble could redefine self-defense, but at what cost? For more on how Canadian politics echoes worldwide, stick with Aussie Political Updates. That's the deep dive on Poilievre's controversial pitch. Like, share, and subscribe to Aussie Political Updates for your daily dose of political fire.